In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 3rd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago White Sox versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Chicago White Sox head south to face the Tampa Bay Rays Friday in the first game of a 3-game series. The White Sox and Rays are 2 teams battling for second place in their respective divisions. The Rays are 30-21 while the White Sox are 23-26. White Sox won 2 of 3 against the Rays when these 2 teams met back in April in Chicago. Vince Velasquez gets the start for the White Sox on Friday while Shane McClanahan takes the mound for the Rays. Chicago is 10-3 in their last 13 road games and 2-5 in their last 7 Friday games. The under is 4-1 in Chicago's last 5 Friday games. Tampa Bay is 63-29 in their last 92 home games and 15-7 in their last 22 Friday games. The under is 5-2-1 in Tampa Bay's last 8 Friday games. The over is 5-2 in these 2 teams' last 7 head-to-head meetings. The White Sox and Rays seem to be heading in opposite directions. Chicago was just swept by the Blue Jays, whereas Tampa just won the last 2 games against the Rangers. Nothing has come easy for the Sox with their injury struggles, and there is no hope in sight. They now have to travel from Toronto all the way down to Tampa, and clearly they are not enjoying their time against the American League East. After grabbing their 30th win, the Rays should be in for a good start to their weekend. There is credit to be given in one respect to the Sox. They'll be facing Shane McClanahan, who is a lefty. If there is one thing Chicago does well, it's hit lefties. However, that is about their only good matchup in this game, and it is diminished with their lineup not fully healthy. As for McClanahan, he's still great regardless of providing a left-handed arm. He just faced arguably the best lineup in the League of Yankees and held them to just 1 solo home run in 6 innings. He also struck out 7 New Yorkers and now has at least 7 strikeouts in 9 of his 10 starts. Even if McClanahan doesn't perform up to his standard, the Rays have one of the league's best bullpen. The only reason the White Sox even produced against the Jays was due to their poor relievers, and they still lost the last 2 games by 4 and 5 runs, respectively. That is also largely due to how poor the Sox bullpen has pitched this season. Everything in this series opener is pointing towards the Rays winning their 3rd straight game, so the Tampa Bay Rays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The biggest concern for the Rays would be Wander Franco going to the injured list. That's a fair concern, but their lineup is familiar with Sox starter Vince Velasquez. They faced him earlier this season and put up 4 runs on him to get him pulled after just 4.2 innings. Tampa ultimately finished that game in a high-scoring 9-3 win. If Velasquez is unable to pitch deep into the game yet again, Chicago's 4.18 bullpen ERA is among the worst in the league. McClanahan hasn't pitched against the Sox this season, but if there were ever a time for them to produce, it could be against a lefty. They may get a couple of runs off of him before he exits, and then the Rays' great bullpen can take over to secure the win while also going over the total. The Rays' home stadium of Tropicana Field does not generally trend towards overs, but this game should be an outlier. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego Padres versus Milwaukee Brewers. San Diego will try to build off its series opening win over Milwaukee when the teams meet for the 2nd game of the series on Friday night. The Padres snapped a 3-game losing skid with a 4-1 win on Thursday. Milwaukee will now be trying to snap a 3-game losing streak of its own. This series between National League foes is set to be a close one that had a rare series opener on a Thursday. The Brewers should be in for a nice start to the weekend, as they should have a more favorable pitching matchup than Game 1 of the series. Adrian Hauser got the call for Milwaukee for Thursday night's game, and he has not been the greatest. However, Friday will display their true ace, Corbin Burnes. He's proven to be worth the title and looking exceptional in just about each of his starts. One of his best and most recent outings was against this same Padres team just over a week ago. The Brewers won that game as well, largely off the back of Burnes' 1-run, 6-inning performance. He's got just a 1.95 ERA and is coming off of a start in which he struck out 11 batters. That came against a great lineup in the Cardinals, which is worth noting. That is because the Padres are starting Joe Musgrove, whose numbers also appear great. However, he has not been pitching against the Cardinals, Braves, or even his own team like Burns has been. Musgrove has pitched against the Pirates twice and the Reds in 2 other starts, when Cincinnati was in the midst of its 3-22 start. Milwaukee has a much more respectable set of hitters, and there should be some regression expected from Musgrove. With lefty hitters Christian Yelich and Rowdy Tellez, the Brewers should have a nice matchup against the Padres starter. Milwaukee has been one of the best home teams this season and should put that on display behind a great start from Burns. So the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. We're in for a treat tonight with Joe Musgrove and Corbin Burns taking the hill for their respective teams. Musgrove enters tonight's game with a 1.86 ERA and 0.98 WHIP over 9 starts this year. On the flip side, Burns comes into this start with a 1.95 ERA and 0.82 WHIP over 10 outings. In addition to Burns' overall numbers, he's also found success against San Diego. He's limited their lineup to just 9 hits over 59 at-bats. Look for both of these starters to match the intensity of the other and work deep into this game. MLB totals do not get any lower than this total, which might prompt some bettors to take the over on Friday night. However, I would be surprised if either team scores more than 3 runs with this pitching matchup. Burns was the best starting pitcher in the National League last season and is off to an outstanding start again this year. Meanwhile, Musgrove might end up being the National League Cy Young winner this year. Both offenses have struggled to meet expectations this season, ranked in the bottom third of the MLB. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these teams have gone under the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Kansas City Royals. The Houston Astros continue their road trip as they travel to Kansas City to take on the Royals. Houston has won 4 straight games and have built up a 5.5 game lead over the Angels in the American League West Division. The Royals come into this 3-game series having lost 4 games in a row and find themselves in last place in the American League Central Division, 12.5 games back of the Twins. Friday night's pitching matchup is right-hander Jose Urquidy of Houston versus righty Brady Singer of the Royals, making his 4th start in 7 appearances this season. Every dog has his day, and in this case, the worst team in baseball, arguably, will take care of business at home against the hottest team in baseball. Arguably. Why? Part of it is the law of averages, but the bigger part of it is Brady Singer. The Royals starter has been very good, and he will need to be good here as the Royals bullpen is terrible. The other side of that is Urquidy, who has been the Astros' worst starter as of late. The Royals don't win many games, but with a day off, playing at home, they'll grab one here on a favorable pitching matchup. This looks like a premier opportunity for the light-hitting Royals to put together a couple of multiple-run innings and ride the hot right arm of Singer. Look for Singer to keep the Astros at bay and the road-weary Astros to drop Game 1 of the series. So the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. Jose Urquidy is coming off an outing where he got hit pretty hard, and he has struggled this season with an ERA near 5. The Royals are no offensive juggernaut, but they can put some runs on the board with some good bats in the lineup. And the Royals have had success against the Astros, winning the season series last year. Singer will give the Royals another good start, but the bullpen will do its best to give it away. I think the Royals hold on late for the win, but they'll have to earn it with their bats. The Royals have gone to the over in 2 of Singer's 3 starts this season. Overall, 4 out of the last 5 Royals games have played to the over. As for Houston, the Astros are a much more potent offensive team on the road than they are at home. They are averaging over 6 runs per game on the road. Urquidy has been pounded in 2 of his last 3 starts and has given up 4 home runs in his last 3 turns on the mound. Look for the Royals bats to come alive in this one and both teams to combine to get past the over. So after a day off for both teams, look for the bats to win the day. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.